So once upon a time, the Pittsburgh Steelers were 4-1, and the Ravens were on their way to going 1-5, and everybody thought the Ravens were going to win the division anyway. Yada, yada, yada. The Steelers, off their 4-1 start, lose, you get this math right, 5 of their next 7. They're 6-6. And the Ravens wind up winning 5 in a row. And while the Steelers are losing and the Ravens are winning, everybody's prophecy's coming correct. Until the Bengals beat the Ravens on Thanksgiving night. And then Joe Burrow is back in doing that. And you look at the standings, and even I'm pounding the table saying, season's not over. Season's not over. So it went from the Steelers starting 4-1, but still nobody believing in them, to the Ravens are going to overtake them. Then the Ravens do, until they don't. Now it's the Bengals who can overtake everybody, and then they don't. And so do the Ravens bounce back against the Pittsburgh Steelers, despite having an extra half of week of rest coming off of that Thanksgiving night loss against the Cincinnati Bengals? And do the Steelers, who looked terrible here in Los Angeles against the Chargers, and coming off of a loss against the Buffalo Bills, in which Aaron Rodgers, again, gets his nose cracked open and looks like, again, he's breaking into Kevin's house on Christmas. And he's got a broken left wrist, and he's turned 42, and they're, booing Tomlin, calling him for be fired, and the ultimate sign of the canary in the coal mine in Pittsburgh. Not even cheering for Renegade at home.
Oof.
I mean, this is why we play the games, though, huh, everybody? Because guess who's in first place in the AFC North? That'd be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Guess who became the oldest player in Steelers history to score a touchdown? That'd be Aaron Rodgers, turning back the clock, 1 in the air, 1 on the ground. And he broke a tie with Steve Young for the third most games with a pass touchdown and a rush touchdown, trailing only Cam and Josh Allen. Joins Brady and Flutie as the only players with such a game at age 42 and older. And Rodgers, who knew this? I don't know if your Steelers fans even knew this. He's never lost to the Ravens, ever. 4-0 now. And he's got one more to go. And he wins that one. He's probably going to go to the playoffs and put behinds in the seat in Acrisure in a wild card playoff game, hosting it as a division champ. Then they'll play Renegade again. We'll see what happens.
See what the score is.
Because they went into Baltimore and did it to Baltimore. And that is it being an opponent to come into their house from division and win. And all of a sudden, it felt like Rodgers, certainly since I have DK Metcalf in fantasy, 4 is out there, huh? Maybe I should target him 12 times. And the run game wasn't working. Just 34 rush yards, but Kenneth Gainwell and Jalen Warren both scored anyway. Warren on this touchdown run off a pass, Rodgers' eyes had to light up pre-snap when he probably saw what was going down.
He was wide open.
He's like, and Warren's that wide open. He's probably like, oh my goodness, is this really happening?
He started walking in from the 15, it felt like.
And DK Metcalf wound up with 148 receiving yards. Most receiving yards by a Steelers player since 2 years ago. Who did it? Go for it.
George Pickens.
That's right. That's right. Just when everybody's like, boy, you made the mistake of letting George go, DK's saying, this is why you let George go. Mike Tomlin, 7-6, atop the AFC North because he went into Baltimore and beat the hated Ravens. Had this to say about Rodgers after.
We knew what was on the line today, and that's why you go do business with a guy like Aaron for thick days like today. He's been there, done that guy. But beyond the experience component of it, he relishes it. You can just tell. And that's the benefit of having a guy like AR.
Mm-hmm. You know what the benefit of having a guy like AR? Certainly whenever he's carping about you and he feels like you have his back, well, he will have yours. This was the phrase, the exchange that pays, if you will, when Rodgers was asked about this result coming in a week in which Tomlin was on the hot seat griddle all over the place.
What does it mean to get a win like this after the week that you guys have had and the week that kind of Mike Tomlin's had too?
Means maybe you guys will shut the hell up for a week.
Oh, man, I wanted that quote to be better. I saw it on the bottom line, and they had just the transcript, and it expletive.
Yes.
The hell? I wanted him to say F there. That would have been so much cooler.
No, it's great, though. He kind of like gave him a look like, you know I'm not wrong.
I think I like him now.
You know I'm not wrong.
And wait till next week.
Can we sustain it? Can we sustain it against the Miami Dolphins who come in? I mean, this Monday nighter.
One of the hottest teams in the league.
Dude, this Monday nighter, Miami's coming in and they're trying to get back to 500. Radio audience, I just did the 6-7 thing because, again, my kids are in school and they didn't see me do it, and they're livid every time I do that. Then they're at Detroit. Rodgers, one last spitting in the face of the NFC North. One last one in Detroit where he's the king of the Hail Marys. Everybody knows that. Then at Cleveland, division game, Rodgers versus Shador. Oh, baby. And then Baltimore. So much fun. That Monday nighter, man. Because while the Steelers get ready for that, the Ravens will be already having played at Cincinnati. Joe Burrow trying to give him 3 straight losses and 3 in division in a row, including 2 of them against Cincinnati. That would be a massive blow, especially because the Ravens have the Patriots at home at Green Bay before they take on the Steelers, who could sweep them and be done with it if they're not already done themselves, because they just cannot get consistent play on offense, even though they had one of their best offensive days yesterday. It's kind of like what's going on with the Chiefs, where too many mistakes are being made by too many people and too much ineffectual play by too many people that they're used to counting on to be superior. I mean, that moment in the end zone when it was an Isaiah Likely touchdown and then not, because it was a scoring play, it's reviewed, and then they could take a look like was his 3rd foot down to make it a catch before the ball got knocked away. And there were moments, a lot of plays were just on the line, couldn't play better than the refs reffed or replayed. Lamar had one of his best games. He actually threw a touchdown pass. First time in a month he's done that. And Derrick Henry did what he had to do. Season high 25 carries, 94 rush yards. He got over 1,000 on the season. 4th player in NFL history to have a season with 1,000 rush yards and 10 or more rushing touchdowns. He's now 2nd on the all-time list, tying Emmett and Adrian Peterson with 7 such seasons, one behind LaDainian from most. So the run game's working. Zay Flowers got 128 receiving yards. Lamar did throw an interception and did break a 3-game drought without a passing touchdown, but the defense suddenly couldn't stop. Let Jalen Warren stroll in, couldn't stop DK Metcalf. Yep. So I'm concerned about the Ravens. I don't know if they're going to make it. If I'm concerned about the Chiefs, how am I not concerned about the Ravens? Now, the Chiefs, as you know, that division's gone. The Ravens need the Steelers to, come in at the same record? They're both 8-8.
They need to be 8
going into that final game.
But then it would come down to a tiebreaker if they won.
Well, no, if they're both 8-8,
8-8,
then whoever wins that game wins the division.
Right.
That's a tall order. That means they need to win 2 of their next 3.
I mean, you could.
And they're taking on an 11-win New England team and a Green Bay Packer team. They could be taking on the 1 seed in both conferences.
Ravens could lose out, honestly.
The fact that the team that started last season and went as far as they did last season to maybe both miss the playoffs this season is nuts. But it's in the ether right now. And give it up to the Steelers. Hey, Steelers fans, Tomlin might be sticking around.
We don't have to reinvent the wheel.
They can't. You can't dispute it. What a Stones W that was yesterday. So does the town where Mo Green have no plaque or a signpost, despite the fact that he once founded it, finally have the Steelers as the favorites to win the division now?
Yeah, only slight. Minus 155. Bet $15, 50 cents to win $10. And the Ravens are plus 160. Bengals are still on the board at 13.
I don't know. I mean, Joe Burrow's even talking in past tense now about the season.
Yeah.
So close to coming on here and saying the Bengals season is not over. And can we look up in the bylaws that the comeback player of the year is somebody who was healthy last year but was coming back from an injury this year?
That would have been sick.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.